mom chat. So excited. Crank up these vibes. Hi and welcome back to the vlog. I meant to start this clip off a little bit earlier, but I don't know if you can tell, I just got my hair done. I was rushing to go in. I do not like being late. I don't think anyone loves being late, but it just really grinds my gears. So I was trying to move as quickly as possible, and there is truly nothing better than a fresh cut. I also got some blonde in too. I would share my hair girl Allie, but this is my last time getting my hair done with her because she is no longer doing hair. So I will obviously miss getting my hair done by her because she just does such a great job. She's such a perfectionist, and I will put on the screen what she normally does to my hair, but it just feels so good. This is the perfect amount of blonde for me. I wanted to share it while it was fresh, but I also think you can tell that a blonde just looks right when you can wear it straight and you can still see all the dimension. But I'm about to go grab Connor at my mom's. I picked up a water just because I have not had nearly enough water today, and by this time in the afternoon I have such a slump. I especially lately have been feeling that. I talked about some just like recent health issues I've been having of feeling really tired and cold a lot more often, my hair shedding. So I'm actually getting some blood drawn next week and just to see if something's going on. But the one thing that seriously makes me feel better physically, but also just because it tastes good, is taking my Element electrolytes. I have been dreaming about having this in the afternoon. This is the orange salt flavor. If you haven't heard of Element, they are just the best electrolytes. You need to try them. They're made with everything that you need, nothing that you don't. They don't have any added sugar, and the formula is really great. I'll put it on the screen. I have been drinking Element for years at this point. It's just one of those things, when I'm taking it consistently every single day, I notice such a difference. And if you're someone in the afternoon, you like to have a little pick-me-up and possibly some caffeine, which I'm trying to wean myself off of an afternoon coffee, this is such a great way to go because it tastes fun, it tastes a little more exciting than just plain water, but you're also getting all those really great things for your body. You can visit my link, drinkelement.com/MichelleReed, and that will get you a free sample pack with any purchase. Great way to try all the flavors, see which one you like. This is orange salt I'm drinking, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't hear much about, but it has been one of my favorites lately. I think electrolytes are only for hardcore athletes, people who are just doing these very intense workouts. Maybe they're incredibly busy, but we all need to replenish our electrolytes. Whenever I'm feeling off during the day, I always think to myself, have I had my electrolytes yet? And the answer is no. And that's usually why I have less headaches, and just being in the gym more often when I am taking my electrolytes every single day, my muscles aren't quite as sore, and I just find that I recover better too. So definitely check out my link. It's drinkelement.com/MichelleReed to get a free sample pack with any purchase. Tonight for dinner, I'm making these baked chicken breasts that I have been eating since I was a kid. My mom always made this recipe, and there's something about attempting the recipes that my mom would make growing up that I don't love because they just never quite taste as good as when she would make them. But this is one that is so incredibly easy. I'm probably gonna do it with some roasted broccoli too, and I just haven't messed it up yet when I've attempted it. It does take a while in the oven, but definitely well worth it. Our third sink came, and the third time's the charm because it's not broken. We're all celebrating. So I think we're getting this installed next week now. I also got another package in the mail. This is from the brand Pink Chicken. They have a lot of just toddler, kids clothes. Help. Thank you. These are so soft. This little crew neck has a bunch of football players on it. I was trying to pick things with fall in mind. Have this super cute little t-shirt, and then this long sleeve I thought would be so perfect for church once it cools down a little bit. I really don't have more formal pieces for him like this, so I'm trying to be mindful about picking out more pieces. He kind of wears the same shirt every week to church, which is totally fine, but it's nice to switch it up too. I just got us all loaded up to go to the playground and it's raining, as you can hear. I did just learn it's the first day of pumpkin at Dunkin', so I'm thinking I'm just gonna grab a pumpkin coffee and then hopefully we can go to the park later. It has not rained in such a long time, so having a cozy rainy day is just the best. Perfection. Absolutely perfect color too. Yeah, and they almost got me on the pumpkin munchkins, but I had to resist. It has been the best cozy rainy morning. I feel like sometimes rainy days, especially with kids, are a little bit tricky because it's harder to get outside. You can go a little bit stir crazy, but it has just been the best. We did some crafts. We still played in the rain. One of my favorite mornings in a while. It's been nice. I wanted to share the craft that I just did with Connor though, because I love finding these on Pinterest. You can find so many different ideas for handprint art, footprint art. I have been doing these with him since he was little, probably around 3 months old. It's so much fun. We did these acorns because we have a ton of trees in our neighborhood, which is amazing. And I've been noticing that so many of the acorns have been falling lately, and they turned out so good. For a while, doing handprints with him was very difficult. He wasn't at the point where he understood to spread out his fingers and push down, but now I found he actually gets it, and this was probably the first time he really enjoyed doing it. That was why we mostly did footprint stuff, because he liked that more, but I was pretty excited that we got some super cute hands. I'm gonna finish those off to date them. Super sweet. Another exciting thing, I just got this lamp in the mail. I ordered this from Etsy and it wasn't supposed to come until the end of September. I believe she was shipping it from China. When this came to my door, I was so excited because this is my favorite purchase I made in such a long time. Look how pretty this little lamp is. It's so cute. It's the perfect height for a kitchen. I'm really excited once our backsplash gets installed next week. It's just gonna be next level quaint, and cozy is really the best word I can use because how precious. I'll link her shop down below. She has a bunch of different patterns and everything, but I liked the blue especially. Here, I'll turn it off. I also like it with the light off too. Just adorable. Tonight we have family coming over to watch The Summer I Turned Pretty, and we're gonna do tacos. I found a recipe from TikTok. I just wanted something easy, no fuss, no frills, simple tacos, and they look really good. So we're gonna make those with some guacamole, and I'm actually gonna prep everything now. It's about 3 o'clock, and for some reason I have found starting dinner at 3 o'clock versus 4:35 is just so much less chaotic. It just goes a lot smoother. So I'm gonna prep everything that I can so it's ready for tonight. Very nice day so far. Went to the park this morning. It's been pretty cool in the mornings. Not cool, I should say, but not really hot. I'm not sweating or anything, so that was great. And now I'm headed to the gym for our window treatments. We had someone come for like a final measurement and to get everything solidified, so that feels good. We're gonna have some shutters put in a couple months or so, and also some roller shades throughout our house, and I'm really looking forward to that. I am headed to the gym. I'm gonna try to get just a quick run in during Connor's nap, but I wanted to have a little mom chat. I feel like it's been a bit since I just chatted about mom things, even though this really isn't, I don't know, this isn't just something to do with being a mom. I dealt with this before having my son, but especially now, and that is just operating out of a mindset that my time is so scarce. Lately, I have been doing just so many, I don't want to say dumb mistakes because that's not the right word. I've just been making mistakes because I'm moving too quickly lately, and I'll share a couple of them. For one, since we haven't had our sink right now, we've designated Connor's bathroom for doing our dishes. We just use it for doing our dishes and doing his bath. It's not the most convenient because there isn't a ton of counter space, and of course you're moving things from the kitchen to the bathroom and you don't have a disposal, all that. The other day I was just trying to do so many things at once and I was letting some dishes soak in the sink, and I thought, you know, while I'm filling this up, I'm gonna go, I think I was gonna preheat the oven, something like that. Went to go preheat the oven, forgot that I was filling up the sink, let it sit for, it must have been 30 minutes or so, came back. Of course, I felt so bad that I had left the water running for that long, but I also felt bad because there was about an inch of water that was just pooled at the bottom of the bathroom. Had to clean all that up, run a fan, all that. So obviously with that, you just want to make sure nothing is moldy, nothing has water sitting on it too long. There was that. Another thing, since moving, I have been mixing up our addresses so much, our old address and our new address. I ordered these things from Etsy that I was so excited about, and I'm debating I ordered these things from Etsy, and for some reason I blended our old city with our new street address. These packages, there were 3 packages, have been bouncing back and forth between cities for probably about a month now. It got to a point where I actually went to intercept the package. I've been on the phone with the post office, which they've been very helpful, but I don't think I'm getting these packages. I bet they're going to be returned to the sender and I'll have to pay to get them shipped back out again. That is just another example, but there are so many little things too lately that I've done where lately I have been operating so much out of my time is scarce. I think especially as a mom, you get used to just thinking that my time is so much more limited, and I'm not trying to do all these things by myself either. I have a very supportive spouse, and especially since having our son, we really divvy up things a lot now, especially because I am also working creating these videos. They don't feel like work, but logistically and practically it is work that I have to have some time for. But I just try to do so many things, and in my mind I've had such a hard time prioritizing, like, this is important, this is not important. It all just seems so important to me when it's not, and I'm trying to get better at really saying yes to things that I should be doing, saying no to things that I shouldn't be doing, and saying yes and no to myself too, of okay, especially with just things in general, not purchasing as many things, because it really is true that the more stuff you have in your home, it is just more things to take care of. I think because we've had so much work being done on our house too, there are just people in and out, coordinating different schedules, and it's just been crazy. I'm just trying to take a deep breath and slow down and not try to be doing things all the time. We've also been breaking a lot of glass lately too. That's something where I think it's primarily because we're doing dishes in the bathroom, but we have dropped so much glass, which is not good. I was fixing the frames above Cash's bowl the other day, dropped one of the frames, the frame just shattered. And I think there is an element of it where you do need to have grace for yourself in these moments and understand that sometimes life is just busier and hectic, but sometimes you just have to take a step back and think a lot of these things are not even important. A lot of these things should not be a priority, and they are. And if you're having trouble prioritizing, you know, seeing if you can delegate things, seeing if you can get help in certain areas, because one thing that is so important to me, especially as a mom, is just not to be frantically moving all the time and stressed out, and really just putting that energy out within my family and within our home. That's not something that I want to do, and that's not to say that you're always sugarcoating things and making them seem like light and airy all the time, because that is not realistic either. But also, we just need to take a step back and think, okay, what needs to stay, what needs to go. Let's breathe through this chaos. It's gonna be okay.
Leaving all my worries, I prepare for something new. Whatever it was that held me back, I'm sure it wasn't true. Holding on too long on unresolved questions holds you down. What could have been a friendly smile has turned into a frown. I'm moving on and on.
Just made it back home, great workout, and now I really want to make homemade perfect bars. We actually just ran out. We love eating these, they're so good. But I was thinking that I could find a recipe online, and I did, and I happen to have everything, so I'm gonna give it a go. I'll let you guys know if it's worth it. I'm kind of thrown off because I put Connor down so much earlier than I typically do because he was up a lot earlier this morning, and I think it's because he has been taking these really, really long naps lately. He's just on one nap right now, and sometimes he will sleep for 3 hours. When we were in Lake Tahoe, he took a 4-hour nap. It was crazy. And I think that I should probably start waking him up from this nap, but something about me, especially since he's dropped to one nap, I do not like to mess with the sleep. I do not like to wake him up at a certain time. I put him down when he's tired. I really don't overthink it, and I find that it's not an exact science. Just because I wake him up early from a nap, it doesn't mean he'll sleep in past 6. I mean, most mornings he is up by 6 a.m. So I'm starting to wonder if I should wake him up from the snap a little bit earlier. But I just think that he needs rest. I think babies really know when they need the sleep. And a lot of times I just like to leave that up to them. I also just got our backsplash in the mail. Unfortunately, some of it is broken. We have quite a few boxes, so I'm hoping that we have a lot. I'm pretty sure he ordered like a lot extra. We had a lot extra of our floor, so hopefully that's the case, but I love it. I'm so excited to see it all installed. I should probably wait for you to see the full vision of it, especially with our floors too. I just think they complement each other so well. Perfect amount of pattern and color. Obsessed. I have a feeling those are not going to turn out because she had using 1 to 2 tablespoons of coconut oil and I just did 2 off the bat and they are pretty soft. So I'm not sure if they'll firm up enough in the fridge to cut and enjoy as bars, but they taste good. The taste is great. I would have just started over, but I don't have any more flour, so. What a day has it been. I actually just got back from the vet with Cash because the poor guy has had a double ear infection that has been so hard to get rid of. This guy just loves to swim and get in the pool, and I find in the summertime he gets them more often, but never this bad. This was our second time taking him in, but one ear especially has just all this nasty bacteria in it. And normally it just irritates him where he's kind of itchy, shaking his head a lot, but this time he's actually been yelping if we scratch it. Even last night, all of my sister's dogs came over and usually they play for a while and they really get into it, but he couldn't even play with them because it was hurting so bad. But we're trying a new course of action, so hopefully that clears it up. This vlog has been so sporadic, but that's just what it has felt like. I don't even want to say lately, but just the past week or so. It has just felt so adult lately of you fix one thing and then another thing breaks that you then have to work on, and really that's it. That's kind of been the sum of it. I will say our washer hasn't been working. The pump needed to be replaced and we thought it wasn't going to come until next week, and he actually just showed up tonight and replaced it, so that is great. I have so much laundry to do. Hopefully just get ahead there, but I think tomorrow I'm going to have a phone free day and I'll kind of share what we get up to with that, because I find that that's always very grounding when I'm just feeling very frazzled and all over the place. Not being distracted by my phone all the time and just being very present, that always helps. For now we're going to get some cuddles in with Cash and call it a night because I kind of want this day to be over. Had such a nice morning at the park. It actually started downpouring, but Connor was having so much fun. It just made my day. I'm about to get a workout in though. I'm gonna do a legs and booty workout. That just sounds really good. Honestly, it doesn't sound good, and I got a question of how to find the motivation to keep up with working out, especially right now in the season of life. And one of the accounts I really like on Instagram, her page is April Lynch, I believe. She was just talking about this, how she does these 5 a.m. workouts like every day in her garage gym, and she gets questions about how do you have the motivation, the discipline, and she answered how she would always go on TikTok and Instagram and see these 5 a.m. workout girls just crushing it in the gym before their kids woke up, and she always thought to herself, oh, I wish I could be that. I wish I could be that. And she realized the only thing stopping her from being that is just doing it. It's as simple as that. I know everyone has different circumstances. It's not always the easiest. Quite honestly, while my son is asleep, the only thing I want to do right now is lay in bed and watch a show for the next at least hour-ish, but I know that this is gonna make me feel good, to stay strong and just get it in. So that's what we're doing today. Today is actually Aiden and I's 5-year anniversary. Very exciting. We're just doing a date night at home tonight because we have had so much house stuff to pay for lately. There's just been a lot. And then we also just booked a Vermont trip, and that is coming up here soon. And it was also not very cheap. I think we're going to try to do something in Vermont while we're there, but we just didn't want to do anything crazy. We have a fun day tomorrow planned with family. He still insisted that I go get a pedicure. I was like, why do I get something and you don't get anything? But it has honestly been just one of those weeks, and I just took him up on the offer because something about me is I love a pedicure. I don't really get my nails done anymore. I haven't got my nails done in probably a year and a half now, but I do like to get probably 3 pedicures a year. It's just really nice to get gel polish that stays on really well. I'm excited. Also, I know I should turn this around. I always forget to do that. I'm sorry. I also brought my laptop to hopefully get a couple of things done while I'm in here. I've never done that before. For some reason, it always intimidates me pulling out my laptop. Realistically, Mama's gotta work, so I'm excited to have a chill moment. I also picked up a little bit of champagne on the way home too. Felt fitting for the occasion. I also got red wine because I couldn't tell. Okay, now we're stuck. I couldn't tell what I would be in the mood for, but thought that would be special tonight.
What do we do?
We're about to crank up these vibes. I have been such a downer the last week. I have just not been it. It's been the luteal phase. What can you expect? But not today, because we are going to the rodeo. It is Connor's first rodeo, and we're about to have some fun with family. And I'm getting ready. I want to wear something fun. I want to look cute. I really haven't been feeling super cute lately, mostly because I've just not been getting ready. I got a fresh coat of self tanner that's looking a little bit splotchy, but we are gonna get cute. I'm excited. It is pretty hot, so I'm not sure how long we'll last, and we're just gonna go with it. We're gonna roll with the punches. We're gonna see how long we last. The actual rodeo starts at 7:30, so I don't even know if we'll make it to that part, but they have a bunch of food. They have a petting zoo, which Connor will love, and just spending time with his cousin. So I think it's gonna be a success, and we just need to have fun. We need to have something that's not serious, not working on the house before. I bought this from Cezanne. I have on my favorite Abercrombie shorts. I need to figure out the exact style of these. I always forget. This bandana I've had for a very long time. I always try to link a similar one, but there's something about this bandana specifically from Madewell forever ago. It just sits perfectly on my head. And then my boots are actually from a flea market. I've had these for a while. One day in the future, I would love to get a pair of Tacobas that are just a little bit longer and brown. I do like these black ones a lot. I just wish they were a little bit taller. There's something about the height of them feels a little bit awkward, but they're my only authentic cowboy boots. So they're gonna have to do because we're going to the rodeo. That is going to be it for this week of my life video. We covered a lot of ground, so I think this is a good place to close off. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye friends.